a nod to the classic, and woohoo to the new stuff in this showcase. Summoners, I am Nika, and it's no surprise that fans have been creating ridiculously rad content at a breakneck pace, so much that we can't keep it all in the same show, but we try to. The glory is in the attempt, but success is the icing on the cake. Catalan has attempted to make a cake so artistic that people won't want to eat it. Well, she probably didn't, but she succeeded in making a sugary diorama so precise that we wonder whether it's actually covering a cake at all. Not that it would stop me from asking for the piece with Fiddlesticks on it. In this new song by the Yordles, we learn a little bit about Fiddle's hidden sorrow. Or is it hidden?
One by one they came, but they never remember. I'll make them pay, this is my last lonely birthday.
Everyone wants to know, how do the Yordles do it? Lucky for us, they're gonna be live on the show later answering your questions, so stay tuned. Next, when it comes to cosplay, Kamikaze Miku likes to keep it classic. She recreated Karma's original style into a real eye-catcher with fierce bladed fans and a Mona Lisa smile. Considering Karma has changed her look quite a bit, I wonder if we're lucky enough to have Miko embody her new and updated style. Style is hard to define and harder to express, but if anyone needs a tutorial, Elma has extra to share. Zyra's deep, defining lines and cat-like pose contribute to a strong, comic-style illustration that begs to be animated. I know it's a big undertaking, but watching this picture walk around Summoner's Rift would be divine. The League has champions both divine and dark. Dreamtech appreciates the latter category, it would seem. This Noxian general spreads the blight of war across the ground he touches, and that takes its toll on any soul. There's only one thing to do when possessed by the darkness of human ruthlessness. Well, maybe there are a few more options.
Welcome to the showcase. This is Nikasaur. Today we devour fan artists and absorb their power. Who's next?
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. What were we talking about? Oh, papercraft! In a segue so fierce it gives you whiplash, Red Hands performed an alchemical switcheroo to make this metallic steam golem into paper. This Blitzcrank figure is just as cute as can be, with little spirals of tubing and steam. Why should Blitzcrank have all the fun? We have a couple other robot champions, like Nunu and Rammus and Oriana, but who else would make a great robot? If you answer that on Facebook, you can debate Hextech procedures with our featured fan, Samas. Now we are here live with Miles and Sunny from the Yordles band. They're gonna answer your questions here on the showcase. How's it going? How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Lovely, lovely.
What's up?
And you look super dapper today as well, so that even helps. So we've actually brought in a whole bunch of questions from the community. I'm hoping you guys haven't seen them because it's going to be a surprise. So first off, Supa Fwiz asked, how did you guys meet? And how did you guys start making these awesome songs?
Well, Sunny and I met in middle school, actually, when we were just wee little babies. And we kind of just hung out and played video games together. Then we went to high school together, and that's when I started playing guitar, and Sunny's always been, dabbling in music and vocals and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, we actually didn't start doing any of the Yordle stuff until this past summer, and that was for the Songs of the Summon 3 showcase. And I approached Sunny, and I was like, hey, dude, you want to just, try and maybe write some songs and, see what happens? And he was like, sure. And we got a ton of positive feedback, and even some of the rioters approached us and were like, hey, these are good, you guys should keep going. And we were like, okay, well, I guess we're doing something right. Let's do it, man, let's do it. And haven't looked back since.
They definitely went around the office like crazy. Everyone loves the Mundo loves who he pleases kind of thing. So Dragon's Breath also has a question. What is the process of making these songs? Do you start with a little bit of the lyrics and then the melody, or what?
Well, usually what happens is Miles will be playing some sort of chord progression while we're sitting around a table sipping tea or something of the sort. And then I'll start singing gibberish over them. It's a very sophisticated gibberish. Sometimes it doesn't make it out of the gibberish stage. See Ballad of the Yordles. We'll fit in lyrics afterwards. We'll figure out what champion it sounds like, or we'll start out with a champion idea and then kind of fit chords and gibberish that fit with that, and then we'll iron out the lyrics afterwards in it.
So, Seablade214 asks, what is your guys' favorite song that you have, and which one was the most fun to make?
The most fun song record was definitely He's a Ninja. And that's like, we were just so happy and excited to be like doing it. We were just so pumped about it. Like when we were singing parts, we would actually be dancing while we were singing, to the point where we'd have to re-record the vocals because you could hear us jumping and like breathing heavily from dancing. So we'd have to like re-record the vocals multiple times.
I don't know how many times Miles was like, Sonny, stop moving. We need to get this clean. And I was
like if the mic was here, he would be like all over the place. Just
scratching all over the place, like I wasn't singing into the mic. And I was like, I'm sorry.
So, as our last question, Plastic Buddha really wants to know, I ate some oranges, but I'm not Kay. What now?
I mean,
are you sure they weren't like tangerines?
Yeah, if it's a common, people get those confused, but if it was a tangerine, it's not gonna do
or a
squat for you,
tangelo.
so.
No. You know, I just go listen to our song and make sure you're eating an orange. Really just eat an orange. You know, go play Gangplank. I promise it'll be Kay. I promise.
Promise.
It will be all okay. Thank you guys so much for showing up on the showcase. This has been an amazing interview. And keep doing exactly what you're doing. And for everyone else watching, thank you for sending in your questions and support your local artists. And we will see you next episode.